Hey guys! In this video I'm gonna show you some more animals that definitely belong in the cute animals list if you ask me. So if you're ready to get started, let's get into the video. Fennec Fox, North Africa. Fennec foxes are the tiniest canine species in the world. In relation to their physical size, Fennec foxes also have the biggest ears, which aid in their ability to generate heat and pursue prey. Small creatures known as Fennec foxes are indigenous to North Africa's Sahara Desert. These foxes are the smallest in the canine family and have huge ears and bushy tails. The Fennec fox is both adorable and inquisitive. They have a special adaptation to desert living and a few intriguing characteristics that help them survive. Heat loss. It's crucial to lower body temperature under the scorching desert noon sun day. Heatstroke is no joke. Fennecs have a few clever strategies for keeping cool. That is, these foxes have the widest ears of any fox for a good reason, again, relative to body size. Numerous small blood veins near to the skin surface may be found in their ears. The air outdoors can chill the blood when it travels near to the skin, lowering body temperature. Fur coat. Fennec fox coats are made to aid in body temperature regulation as well. They are effectively insulated, which reduces the rate of change in both hot and cold body temperature. Additionally, their light coloring allows their fur to reflect the sun. The pitter-patter of furry paws. In actuality, you would not be able to hear a Fennec fox approach. This is because they have a thick coating of fur on the soles of their feet. The fur protects the fox from burning its toes, while also providing extra grip on soft sand. Squirrel, Australia, and New Guinea. These Australian mammals are marsupials, and they spend the first 9 weeks of their lives in their mother's pouch. Squirrels may have a cute exterior, but they are aggressive predators. While lesser species cling to insects, bird eggs, and other small animals, larger species like to consume birds, possums, and rabbits. The category of carnivorous marsupials includes squirrels. There are 6 different species of squirrels, which vary in size, fur color, and habitat. Out of the 6, 2 reside in Papua New Guinea, while the other 2 are found in Australia and Tasmania. Forests, scrublands, and grasslands up to 11.400 feet in elevation are home to squirrel. Due to the arrival of exotic species like toxic cane toads, foxes, cats, and dogs that reduce the amount of accessible food, the number of squirrels substantially decreased in the preceding century. In addition, habitat loss and poisoning pose serious dangers to the continued existence of squirrel populations. The majority of squirrel species are considered threatened or endangered. Maned wolf, South America. The lone member of the genus Crustacean is the fox-like maned wolf, which is not closely related to wolves or foxes. The majority of the South American animal's diet consists of a berry known as lobai, which is misleadingly translated as fruit of the wolf. The mane of the maned wolf, which rises upright when danger is perceived, gives the animal its name. Its body is covered in long, reddish-brown hair, with a black mouth, back, and tail. The neck, chin, and tip of the tail can all occasionally be white. The wolf can sprint while seeing over the tall grass because to its nearly black leg's length. Maned wolves have enormous ears that aid in hearing, and when hunting, they rotate them to listen for food in the tall grass. Given its name for the thick black hair on their necks, they are the biggest canid in South America. The funny-looking bush dog Speothos venaticus, with whom it shares its environment, is the maned wolf's nearest cousin. There is still much to learn about these secretive canines, who are not generally known. Sadly, because to the destruction of their habitats, largely by the global agriculture industry, they are in danger of going extinct. Japanese dwarf flying squirrel, Japan. Using a patagium, which extends from their wrists to their ankles, these small nocturnal critters may leap from tree to tree. Buds, leaves, bark, fruit, and seeds are the main sources of nutrition for Japanese miniature flying squirrels. A species of flying squirrel that is indigenous to Japan is the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel, Pteromes momunga. It is one of the tiniest flying squirrels, measuring about 8 to 10 centimeters in length. A nocturnal creature, the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel spends the day resting in tree caves or nests built of leaves and twigs. It consumes a range of fruits, nuts, and insects as food. Bilby, Australia. Although bilbies frequently move alone, occasionally it is possible to spot them in couples. Usually two females labor together in the pairs to nurture their young. The order Paramelimorphia, which also comprises bandicoots, includes bilbies, Paramelidae. Bilby are nocturnal, omnivorous animals that consume fruit, seeds, bulbs, insects, and larvae. They are secretive and reserved, dig their own tunnels in the earth, and frequently live alone or in tiny groups. Around 70% of the continent of Australia was occupied by bilbies until European immigrants arrived there in the 1700s. Since then, their range has been drastically decreased to just 10%, and they are now only found in highly dry locations where they struggle to live due to new predators. Red panda, Eastern Himalayas. These adorable tiny fox-like creatures utilize their long, bushy tails to stay warm in the winter. Red pandas can perform amazing acrobatics and prefer to hang out in trees. The IUCN presently lists red pandas as an endangered species, and it is thought that there are less than 10,000 of them left in the wild. The precise figure is yet unknown. Frederick Cuvier initially referred to the red panda as the most beautiful animal he had ever seen in 1825, about 50 years before the giant panda was found. From 1804 to 1838, Georges Frederick Cuvier, a French biologist and paleontologist, served as the menagerie's chief keeper at the Muséum d'Histoire Naturelle in Paris, the year he died. He was the younger brother of Jean-Léopold Nicolas Frederick, known as the founding father of paleontology. Additionally well known, George's work Frederic's was cited in Herman Melville's Moby Dick and Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species. The western red panda was first described by Georges Frederick, Ailurus fulgens. Ailurus fulgens styani, now refulgens, was the name of a new red panda subspecies that F.W. Styan found in 1897. Now you see why red pandas are the original and first panda. Dik-dik, Africa. The distinctive warning sounds made by the females give dik-diks their name. Additionally, both sexes emit a kind of piercing whistling sound that warns other animals of approaching predators. Dik-diks are small, cute creatures that can hardly lift their heads above the grass. They belong to the Medokwa genus of antelope. If you're lucky, you might be able to spot one of these shy animals in eastern or southern Africa. Additionally, they are difficult to notice because of their tiny size. However, they do make for one of the nicest safari experiences in Africa. Although they resemble antelope, dik-diks are quite distinct from the other antelope species found in Africa. Even their name is peculiar. The height of mature dik-diks is only 30 to 40 centimeters. The length of a typical ruler is that. They are forced to change territories during the rainy season because the grass grows to a point where they are unable to see. Margay, Central and South America. The lush jungles of Central and South America are home to this nocturnal, largely solitary wildcat. Their paws are designed particularly to allow them to effortlessly climb tree trunks and move around branches. Serially monogamous creatures, margays develop fictitious pair ties during the mating season. These couples may remain together during the breeding season after mating, occasionally going on joint hunts. Males leave before the kittens are born and do not participate in their upbringing. Although it may occur year-round in the deep tropics, the normal mating season lasts from October to January. The young, either one or two, are born 76 to 85 days after conception. The kittens start to leave the den about 5 weeks old and open their eyes around 2 weeks old. Weaning takes place at around 8 weeks, but it takes the kittens almost a year to reach their full adult size, and they often wait until they are 2 to 3 years old to begin reproducing. It is believed that women only give birth once every 2 years. Tarsier, Southeast Asia. Tarsier eyes are enormous. Their eyes can occasionally be bigger than their entire brain. Tarsiers must balance their enormous eyes and head in order to be able to wait for prey for extended periods of time. Most likely, you picture snakes or spiders when you think of poisonous animals. The tarsier, however, stands apart because it is the only venomous, and toxic, primate. A gland in the tarsier's arm allows for the release of a specific poison. When threatened, they may combine it with their saliva to create a venom that can give predators a severe allergic response. They also employ this venom to cover their young with a toxin-saliva combination, making them deadly. Some researchers suggest that the venomous bite, along with the species' other habits like hissing, originated as a result of the species' imitation of poisonous snakes like cobras. Malayan flying lemur, Southeast Asia. Bird, that is. It's an aircraft. No, a flying lemur is in sight. In actuality, the Malayan flying lemur cannot fly. It can jump among the trees with the finest elegance because to the membrane that runs from its neck to its toes. The whole order of flying lemurs is made up of just 2 live species, each belonging to a single genus. One species is located in the Philippines, and the other may be found from Southeast Asia all the way to Java and Borneo. Dimoptera, their scientific name, translates to skin-winged. They lack genuine wings but possess the most comprehensive gliding membrane, a furred skin that encircles the tail, stretches down the sides and base of the body, and extends from behind the ears out to the digits. Lemurs that can fly can glide for up to 150 yards because to this membrane. Length of 1.5 football fields. They rank among the biggest animals that glide. Gold dust day geckos, Madagascar and Comoros. This little gecko may be familiar to you. Most likely, it was on your television when it served as the mascot for Gecko. Depending on the subspecies, gold dust day geckos can reach lengths of 4.5 to 6 inches, 11.5 to 15.2 centimeters, with the males being bigger. They have 3 red bands across the top of their heads, along with red patches on their lower back, and are mostly green in color. The lovely gold speckling on the gecko's neck, legs, lower back, and tail is how they got their common name, gold dust day gecko. Even though it is uncommon, certain animals may have blue toes or tails. They are often used as pets because they are attractive, resilient, and simpler to maintain than other day geckos. However, because it can be challenging to get them to reproduce in captivity, the majority of the gold dust day geckos you can obtain are wild-caught rather than captive-bred. But now if you don't want to miss something, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.